And I'm Del Marie of Angelic Wise Ones, and welcome to Girl Talk and Spirit Talk Time.
Girl Talk.
Now you're just sitting there and you're like, rocking or something.
Yeah.
Do you guys notice that?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, she's in her own little vibe here. And so, all right, ladies, we're welcoming Karen, Euridia, and Linda as our angel crew back there, and they're working on our lights, our cameras, and stuff. And we got Girl Talk this weekend. No, next weekend, Saturday.
Yeah,
yes,
that's right.
yes, beginning of October. I'm so excited. Mm-hmm. So, we never, I never tell ahead of time what the show's about, right? So nobody ever gets to know what it's about and stuff. But this time, I went ahead and I did post it on our private wall of our communication because I was reading this story and I was just really upset about it, and I was just like so done with it that I was like, okay, I really do want to talk about this topic. And so I don't know if everybody had a chance to read it, what I posted. And it was all about the drugs being put in people's drinks when they're out, because there's a bar locally, down the road and stuff.
Oh, I almost said it.
All right. And it's known for, people sitting there and putting things in other people's drinks.
Really?
Yes. And this young lady posted it on social media and said how she was with her brother and her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And someone walked up with a drink for them and stuff. Basically, they wanted them to share the drink, right?
Well, I think, when I read, somebody just randomly came up and just said, oh, I had this extra shot. Do you guys want it? Right. Thinking they would all have a piece of it. Or, I'm sorry, a sip of it.
And the girl just took a tiny sip, right?
It says she only took one little sip.
Yes.
And fortunately, they didn't. The guys.
Yeah, fortunately, the boyfriend and the brother didn't. And but she was out of it from then on out. And it lasted for a very long time. So, and, it was a big article about how this happens a lot at that spot.
So, and her next memory was in the hospital.
In the hospital.
But she was protected by her. They protected her?
Well, they got her out of there. Yes, they got her out of there. But thankfully, they didn't, because usually guys are like,
yeah, right.
And
it was
only a lot of girls like that too.
One sip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's how
they really want to take her down.
Mm-hmm. But and apparently it's happened to a couple of guys there too. So
probably rob them.
Right, and she's like, this could have been for sex trafficking. This could have been, for drug trafficking. This could have been,
to make her a sex slave.
Yep,
and
all
dungeon.
that kind, and all that kind of stuff. So, and I know it happened to me years ago, but the other part that really upset me on there was it said these people were making all these comments and going, only get it from your bartender. Your drink, and keep it, you're supposed to keep it covered. Okay, I get that. Only get it, only trust the bartenders. And I'm like, nope, because the bartender did it to me.
The bartender.
That's right. A bartender did it to me one time at another bar in another location down the road here. It's really a famous hot spot. Wow. And I mean, I was DD that night, sitting in the corner, the wall up against me. Here's the bar, and I'm watching everything, and I did not get up. And my drink was like this the whole time. My hand was over my drink. Only the bartender had my drink, other than me, and I was so messed up. It wasn't funny.
Was somebody with you?
Yes, I had two people with me, and thank goodness, because even they're looking at me going, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "Man, yeah." I was just like gone. I was just done for the night, and I don't remember. And that's the worst part, because you do not remember all those hours. And that's what the girl wrote. She goes, I don't remember anything.
They probably moved beyond roofies.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're using nowadays.
Well,
and I'm just so tired of it.
I was looking it up a little bit, and it seems like it's a similar stuff they keep passing around. It's got all these stupid names like Special K, Kitty Cat. One of them is different.
Roofies.
And then there were these girls in college that are trying. This is like I've been going on for a while now. Like, let me just tell you how this was sad. I called my youngest daughter, who's out on her own now. She's out of college and everything. She says, "Yeah, Mom, it happens all the time. Like it's a thing." I go, "But this is like I was so fired up when I read that, and I was afraid almost, because I'm like, I hope I don't hear something back."
Right.
And she says, "Yeah, Mom." I said, "You mean you know some people this has happened to?" She goes, "Yeah, I know a lot of people this happened to." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
Wow.
Right.
Like,
a lot.
She didn't say just, "Oh yeah, I just heard of this one time," or so and so told me about it. She goes, "But it's out there,
So what are they doing? Thinking they won't happen to them, or are they getting the crew together and rules and stuff and boundaries in place before
that's
they
what
go
I don't
to bars
get, because it's a shame, because that's all mainly you figure that they think they have. Is go out at bars. And that's what everybody, you want to go out, you want to have a good time, you go to a bar. So it's like, where can you really trust?
You can't.
Right? You can't trust.
Yeah, because then
You know?
you go with your female friends to a freaking bar nowadays,
Right.
and they'll leave your.
They'll leave you.
butt.
Yes, they will
What
leave
kind of
you.
friend are you?
Yes, they will leave you. Yes.
Let a cute guy come along.
Oh, I don't know.
Gone.
Yeah, I don't know. She went to the bathroom a while ago, and it's like, did you even like try to think? I mean,
What?
that and people, and that's why that people make fun of girls going to the bathroom all the time together, right? But you know, that's why we do it and stuff
used
too.
to be, what do you mean they don't? It used to be everybody did stay together.
No, they'll leave you in a heartbeat.
Nowadays,
Yes.
some
Wow.
punani.
Yep. Either they'll sit there and out they go, or your friends, like, you know, you're sitting there and you're talking to somebody, they'll get up and all walk off and leave you, you know, and stuff. But it's like, so where can you, like, I'm just so upset, and especially, like, at the bars, and they're saying, you know, just trust your bartender. That's where I was like, no you can't trust the bartenders. And that one bar where it happened to me, it was they ended up finding there was a huge bunch of drugs there. They all got busted, right? And stuff. And part of it was coming through the owner of the bar. So that's why I'm like, no.
And
like,
that happened a while ago for you, and nowadays it's worse. So.
It's worse nowadays, yes.
And, you know, I was thinking for you, like, okay, you're with people, you're sitting at the bar, I'm thinking, that's even sicker, because he could have just done it for let's just see what happens.
Right.
Sicko.
I know, he must have been observing. Did you see him watching you?
He was very,
That's
you know,
just
personable
bizarre.
and stuff like that. I don't think he really realized who I was there with, you know.
Oh, so maybe he thought.
And I was with my former and his sister, but I don't think, you know, and I would say some every once in a while, yep, they're out there and they're looking for somebody for her, you know, and stuff. But
And what were your guides saying to you?
Mine? No. Well, that's just it. It was just, I really wasn't drinking. You know, I had soda back then and stuff. And it was just, you know, they're like, okay, hold steady. Because I'm just like, what the flock? Because everything looked all
Wait a minute,
pretty at
it was
first.
put in a soda?
Yes.
Holy cow.
That's what I'm saying.
Wasn't even a mixed drink.
Wasn't even a mixed drink or
'cause you
anything.
I know you don't drink, but
Right.
you had a drink here.
I was
and there.
DD that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, you know, and that soda lasted me all night too. Let me tell you that. So I only had maybe half of it. I can't imagine if I would have drank the whole thing.
Sad.
You know,
And thinking that it won't, people thinking that it won't happen to them. That's like thinking you can't get an STD.
Yes. Yeah. But and so yes, to me, anytime these kids, anybody sits there and goes out. Look what happened to my daughter and husband on their honeymoon when they went out. Punta Cana they went to.
Oh, Lord.
And the first night there, because you get an all-inclusive and you're constantly drinking and stuff, first night there, he was wiped. And she goes, I can't understand it because he drank like normal and he never, you know, got this messed up. And it ended up being, because she's getting a hold of me and I'm like, you know, you got to be really careful. I said, like, stay with him, get him back there, because to me, okay, here's the guy, here's the woman, right? Let's get him messed up and let's get her.
Yeah, you're in a foreign place.
Right.
He wouldn't have been able to do anything.
Right.
Yep.
That's really
And stuff.
popular there, though.
And it's really
people
popular.
Are still going
and
there.
people still go.
Now it's happening in
Yes.
the Dominican Republic, too.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, it's like, so it just really sickens me, and it's just like, okay, so when are people going to sit there and say enough's enough?
They're not.
You know? Because that's a form of abuse to me.
It is.
It
You
is.
know, and that's
It is.
life-threatening and everything else.
Yeah.
But you're going to take a college area, like where this young lady was at. You're going to take a college area, and you're going to really, like, get into it there and stuff. We didn't have that when, you know, back then.
Now, remember the first time... It was,
We would get, like, sit there and drink some grain alcohol with some stuff,
Right.
okay?
Oh, my God, they got big cans and threw
all
up on
yes. All
They
I
kind
don't
of
know
like,
about that.
Fruit punch.
yeah, we, like,
Fruit
made
punch.
fruit punch.
Yeah.
We did iced teas.
And nobody thought about that.
right.
I mean, didn't worry about it.
Yeah, but I mean, there were some things that happened, but there wasn't stuff like that going on.
No,
You know,
no.
that you
It's
remember.
malicious.
Not when I was
It's
out
like
there either.
stepped
Yes.
it up to
Yes.
a malicious level.
It's a loss of
destructive.
humanity.
Yes, it is.
It's horrible.
Yes. No, you know, it's just like, but everybody keeps going back.
Yep.
See, because they have no place else. You know,
And they
to
got
go have
issues they
fun.
want to run from.
Yes.
So why
Yeah.
not get blitzed?
Yeah, but then again, like your daughter said, yeah, Mom, it happens all the time. So are we just
that
getting used to
bothered
it?
me too.
Yes,
And that's what I was trying to. She didn't. I'll give
Mm-hmm.
her defense in this part. She wasn't feeling well. I'd woken her up,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, come on, well, she had a cold, but I was like,
Mm.
I'm like, come on, you know. And she goes, but Mom, it's how it is. You have to be cautious out there, you know. And,
Right.
But to say that she knows a lot of people it's happened to made me feel sick.
Yeah, she said a lot,
Right.
not a few.
Yeah, she made it sound like, well, you know, that's just how it is out there.
Right.
Then I started reading more about it. There was these girls. I don't know if I know they were trying to get a patent, but you still have to be cautious.
Right.
These straws. Have you ever heard of these straws that somebody was trying to come up with that you put it in the drink and it turns?
Yes.
The straw
or your nail
turns
polish
blue,
too.
or the nail polish. I saw that, and
Yes.
the drink will turn blue. But which is great. But
Who's
there's
gonna walk
always
out the
some-
door with that straw on
I like
you
the nail
and take
polish
there?
to just go like that.
That
But
takes too much focus.
Right. And the young kids, they're like, yeah, right, Mom, I'm not going to be the square one walking out,
Right.
with this straw. Hey, look, my mom got me these straws. I'm going to tell. No, that ain't happening,
well,
right?
they were doing. I thought it was a good idea for their project in school and stuff.
Yeah,
but
That's true,
definitely.
too.
But it's not gonna. It's not. They're trying, but right, you're like, that's not it. It's got to be.
And I wonder if it's just, like, what drug that would make it turn blue to, or it would be all types of drugs. So when they made
There's
that.
these two main ones that they still use. I kept reading. It's the same ones.
Right.
Roofies.
Well, yeah.
I know that's one.
It's
Right.
some
I don't know
kind
the
of
other one.
amphetamine. There was and then
Amphetamines, like any
and
one
then
of
the
them.
other one is I can't remember it, but it was the same ones that kept coming up,
Right.
coming up. It didn't seem like it was a slew of them. They kept
Yeah,
coming
you
back.
can't taste it.
Yeah, that's
Right.
why there's certain ones, and
Yeah.
so whatever it is I don't think it's both of them either. So that's not a catch-all of anything anyway. It reacts and it turns it blue.
When are they going to start putting all that heroin and stuff in these drinks?
But wait a minute, there's blue martinis, so
Right.
well, what are you gonna do with that?
I don't think
Don't
these
get a
kids are
blue
going to go.
martini.
No, I'm
Go
just saying.
get a blue martini.
There are blue mixed drinks, so
Right.
that's not
Yes.
gonna help there.
Yes. But then, do you think it should also go back on the establishment
Yes.
to clean the crap up, and stuff? Like
what
who
would
they
they-
let in there, or to me, even with those with the bartenders, because who are the bartenders associating with? Who are
Right.
they hanging out with? Who do they know?
The bartenders would have to be more observant.
Well, I think
Too.
hiring those bartenders, you have to be more observant, and then the bartenders have to be more observant. And I know they get busy especially on a weekend and stuff. You get busy
Yeah.
because I tended bar for a while, and you're just, we had our one. This was my area, so anything goes on in this vicinity was mine. But
But if they notice something shady going on, or some shady character is doing the same thing that comes there all the time.
they know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was bartending, and you know some stuff, okay? So some of them
So
really
you
do
should
know.
say something.
Yes.
You should say something.
Right.
Yeah.
But, you hear talk, and then you hear the ones that, look, let's cut a deal and everything. I mean, so many things people would say to me and stuff. I'd be like, I got work to do. Maybe it was that time error or something, but
People have sunk so low.
well, the one where it happened to me, the tenders, because I did go back another time, because I was like, I'm just going to watch this time. I'm not taking a single drink, and I just want to watch the activities. But you could see where the bartenders, they know everybody. And then it was like, no, y'all are running drugs in this place. And then it ended up being, yes, they got busted big time for running drugs.
That's good.
So it was coming through the owner, then coming through their tenders and to the people and stuff.
So it's like a poison that goes in there and just starts like leaking out everywhere.
Well, because they make side money, see? It's a side hustle.
And they don't care what's going on.
Right.
They don't.
Plus, shoot, I know how much money I could make in a weekend, just one night tending bar. And a lot of times they had cash on them. Mm-hmm. So you get somebody pretty messed up and you tell them, they pay their bill, and then you see them a few minutes later going, hey, you got to pay that bill. They're paying that bill over and over because now they're really messed up and they're not thinking, right?
Karma.
Or I got to run your card again, right?
Karma.
Reminds me of that movie we
People
saw.
don't
I'm
think about
sorry,
that.
that just brought that up.
What
Hustler?
Yeah.
Hustler?
Hey, don't
that-
tell me. I need to see
Nope.
that. Is that
Yeah.
with
No,
J-Lo?
all right, I
Yes,
won't say
that's with
nothing.
J-Lo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
she was
just
hot.
saying.
Wait, you went to the movie theater to see it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll see it on DVD.
Well, yeah, that would probably be good. I just think that in the movie theater to see this was really good.
I know I saw an interview with her talking
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, to
How
see it.
she got in shape.
Yeah, because she looks really good.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not
yeah.
surprised.
She looks really
She
good.
always
J-Lo.
looks good.
Yes, I know,
Right?
doesn't she? She's just like gorgeous
Goddess.
from like.
Yeah, she is.
And she's nice and she's down
Yes.
to earth. I've
Yes.
looked at her interviews and I'm like, yeah, you're cool, girl.
Right. Yep. From the top of her hair all the way down to her
Yeah,
toes.
she is.
She's
Yep.
Asian like
And
fine
she
wine.
And she
owns
works
it.
her
She
ass
owns
off.
it.
She's a worker.
Yes.
Yeah.
She
She's a
she works herself.
hard worker.
Yeah. So yeah. So that was good. But yes, it did talk about the hustle. A little bit on that end. And
Yeah, because
stuff.
they were hustling some of those men from what I
Yeah. That was
Isn't
pretty
Cardi
whack.
B in that movie too?
Yes. Yes. And it was interesting. Yes. It just.
That's the
Actually, she looked
Only
good.
time you'll ever hear me say that.
Right. She looked good
she's
too.
a beautiful girl.
Yep, she is. And stuff. So the ladies they had in there, but it was an
It
interesting
had a
movie.
good plot.
It had a good plot, but
It was
it
based
also
on a true story.
Right.
This actually happened.
But it also reminded me of like the late 70s, 80s in the bars, you know, and stuff. And I was like,
Yeah, there was some stuff going on. Definitely.
So that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
You'll like it. And stuff. I kind of like, and actually we stayed because everybody does these rolling credits now, right?
Yeah.
And then afterwards they might show a little blip.
little anticipation.
And
of
so
that.
it was us and just two, I think, other people. We just sat there waiting. And the girl's like, well, you can always hope they'd show something. I was like, no, that's only in Marvel.
I always hope.
Marvel does that, but nobody else.
You're waiting
Like,
for somebody to start doing it,
Yes.
you know?
Other people
You know what I
to
mean?
sit there and say, okay, I'm going to
Throw a
tag
little
on.
thingy in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say this. I want her coat. So that's all I'll say.
What kind of coat was it?
You'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see. I want her coat.
Okay. All right.
I want...
Never
Never
again.
again.
Right. Okay. So, and it was real. They said, in the movie, it was supposed to be real.
Her?
So, yeah. So, but yes, so J-Lo did great. So yes, but and that's what it is too. I think too, to be smart women. To really be smart.
Be smart and observe
And
it.
like you said, there are straws. There's a fingernail polish, and I thought there was something else that somebody came up with to help. Girls and even men, because this happens to men too. It doesn't, because if you sit there and like see a hot toddy and you got guys around, well, let me wipe out the guys and take the hot toddy, right? And stuff. So, but yes, I do think that I don't care. As a mom now, yes, I'm always constantly, don't sit in the parking lot by yourself and do this and do that. Like, we're coming from an experience, right? So, but yeah, I probably would sit there and, I think one of my daughters would actually say, I'm bringing the straw. I don't care. My mom told
I
me.
don't know which one that is.
Right? My mom told me to do this and I'm doing it. Yes.
Get a
The
stir
sugary
stick.
one.
A stir stick.
A full stir stick.
Yep, that'd be true too.
There should be something over the counter that you can just
Gum.
go to the drugstore and go get that.
I'm
mug.
surprised there hasn't
Yeah.
been more out there. But,
I know.
But you still
Right?
also have to be
Surprised
cautious.
somebody
What
could
about
make
lipstick?
millions off of that.
Just something that we normally have with us
Right.
and stuff that, wouldn't
True,
be.
but you wouldn't
Well,
want
it
to
could be
touch it
something
because,
in the- well,
because
yeah,
if
'cause
a sip,
then you-
I
yeah.
still can't get over when I read that and
A
it
sip.
said she took one sip. I mean, that's
Yes.
not, you didn't have to like drink a certain amount or anything. Like, that's how
Yes.
potent it was.
You know,
Yep.
I've seen videos of women under that influence. It is
Oh,
not
really?
pretty.
No, it's
Oh
not.
yeah, because people, if it happens at the bar or something or the club, and people see this person is blitzed, people are so low
Yes.
that they break out their telephones and they video it instead of helping the person.
Instead of helping the
Oh.
person.
They video
That's the
it,
other part that
and
ticks me
they
off.
stream that mess.
Yes. Yes, that's the other part
I
that ticks
saw
me off.
it.
That's
Right.
terrible.
I was
Yes.
so pissed. And she's asking for help. She was
What?
asking for help.
That's messed up.
And not a
The
single
guy
one.
had her on the dance floor. And they were videoing it.
Oh, that's really terrible.
Messed up.
Right.
It happens a lot.
Well, it happens a lot, but
Well,
you just want to
people
you just
are
want to
so-
not. And okay, so here once again, they're on the dance floor and it's going on. Where are the bouncers?
Mm-hmm.
Where are the people
Well,
like
that's
of
a very
authority
good
that's
idea.
in
Why don't
there?
they care?
No, they don't care because money,
Yep.
money.
I saw a video
Yes.
when I was reading about this, and this was a guy, and he was trying to prove a point. He was like college age. He goes, "Watch how easy this is. This is my experiment." So he showed two people are sitting at a bar, and the guy and the girl are talking to each other. And so let's say the girl's like this talking. The guy comes up, and they're at the bar, and all she's doing is talking to her boyfriend this way. The guy just slips in a drink, walks away, and then he comes back. He goes, "Don't pick that drink up." They were upset. They go, "I don't want, whatever." He goes, "I'm trying to prove a point." Then he goes up to another couple at a table like this size, and the couples are sitting there, and he's like the waiter. I'll say that, like in that way. And they go, "Oh, look at that pretty bird." Bam, put it in there. It was just
See,
like that.
somebody that works there.
Yes, you can't trust. Yes, you can't trust anybody. He was trying to say that. He goes, "It's way too easy."
Right.
And it could have been a guy or a girl, but just to
Right.
walk up and
Have a party at home. BYOB.
No, it's not fair because that's what it's pushing
keep
us
scaring
to.
people to
It's
not
pushing
even leave
us
their
not
house.
to go out. Like, how many times do we I don't mind going to a bar and listening to music and stuff like that. I don't need to drink, but I don't want to be there, one, after that incident, but two, come on, the creepers that want to pick you up and stuff. But it's not fair that I shouldn't be allowed to go do that. That I shouldn't be allowed to go with my friends, hang out, have my drink, let them have their drinks or whatever, and just have a good time. It's not fair.
Yeah, I hear
That's
what
true.
you're saying.
I
You
would
know?
still stay home every once in a while, though.
Oh, well,
But
yeah.
you're right. You should be able to go out and have fun.
No, yeah, it's not fair. So, what my girlfriends used to do, they'd all come over to my place, and they'd start drinking there.
Yeah. You
And
always
then
start drinking
we would
before
go.
you go out.
Right, and then we would
So
go
you
to the
spend less
bar.
money.
Right, you spend less
No, I
money.
heard about that
Right.
later. I didn't catch that. It was pre-game. And I'm
Well,
like,
we
what's
go
that? They
park in
go,
a
don't you
parking
know what
lot
that
and-
is? I learned that. At
Yeah.
the-
Yeah,
We go to the parking lot at the club
right.
and drink before we went in.
Well,
Now, it was
yeah.
safe to stay in your car back then.
Oh, yeah,
With a
of
group
course
of
it
people,
was. Right.
but-
Yeah, not anymore, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so then when you go in, you can just have a good time. And yes, and we would go back out to the car and just have a little bit more and then
Yeah,
go back in.
those were the good old days.
Right? But they don't think about that now.
No.
Do you think it also is because they've got a little bit more pocket money on them? I don't care if they're a college student or what.
Yes.
To sit there and be able to go pay those prices, for the drinks. Because drinking out
And
at a
the
bar isn't that
outfit,
cheap.
and the
outfit,
outfit,
everything
and
else.
the
People got
hair
sloppy too. If you're not cautious, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's almost like, everything will be fine. Let me just go out and
Right.
let it all
Especially if
hang
they
out.
they have needs that they want to be met.
Yes.
If they need male or female company and they want to hook up or something like
Yes.
that, or they feel sad or something. And
Oh
they
my
just
gosh,
wanna,
and you're gonna add
that's
alcohol
a
to it.
whole
Yeah, it's all
different
gonna-
level.
Well, yeah, because then they're
crap.
definitely not watching themselves.
No,
They're
yes.
like,
No.
I got, this is my agenda.
and somebody
this is what
pays
I'm
them
doing.
some attention. Oh
Yes.
yeah, boom.
Yep.
Yep. There it
That's a
goes.
good point.
So, yeah. But no, it's
Definitely.
just it's so disgusting. It's just horrendous now. But anybody, your age and stuff like that, you guys are in college,
It
going
is.
out in all these places.
And then it
Like-
makes me wonder the true percentage of people that are being assaulted, because a lot of women that are raped and a lot of men that are taken advantage of, they don't
Right.
report it.
They don't say anything.
So
Yeah,
the
because
numbers
they're
are probably
Well, because they're also
higher.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
And they're also sitting there because they don't want their friends
the
to know.
stigma.
And the
Mhm.
stigma of
It's-
all of it and stuff. And then they're going, God, did I really do that? And then my friends are going to think this or whatever else. Yes.
And they worry if they say something, then the
or
person's going to
they
come after them.
dissociate.
Or
Mhm.
are
Or
they
they're
really going
pushed
to do
into it.
anything? Or are they really going to take care of it? Because
Right.
how many times do things not get taken care of?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. When
You
they
know?
do sit there and report it.
And they say, no, take care,
especially
But
women.
also, it's date rape. And date rape's been going on
Yes.
for as long as I can
That's
remember.
why
I've
this-
gone through it,
Yes.
and stuff. And
Yes.
you're just like, what do I do? Because, yes, they're going to look at you and say, okay, yeah, right, lady, you asked for it. It's like, oh, no.
Oh,
Like,
what were you
right.
wearing?
Right. What were you
Look
wearing?
at the crap what I was wearing.
Right.
Still doesn't
Yes.
mean it's okay to do that.
No, of course not.
No.
But they don't care.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. All right, guys. I hope you have had enough of it as much as we've
That's
had
a
enough
lot
of
to
it
digest.
and stuff. Yeah. But share
Be
your thoughts
cautious.
too with us, and let's hang out sometime. So until then, this is Girl Talk and Spirit Talk time, and thanks for joining us. See you next
Hey,
time.
everybody,
See you
take
soon.
care.